Dirt Modified Nostalgia Tour. Ready to go.
Who we got?
On the point in the number 11 is going to be Jipp Ortiz. Jipp Ortiz. Those you
no, but I see the lights.
Remember him. Tim Hegarty's not out there, Brian. If you were driving the car, you'd be out there. Jipp Ortiz aboard the number 11. Of course, he's a former combatant in the DIRTcar Pro Stock Series and Pro Stock Division for a number of years. He's out of Ransomville, New York. From Ottawa on the 19, that's Megan Ciglich. That's row 1. Row number 2 in car number 51, that is Rich Townsend. Rich Townsend aboard car number 51. Timmy Hegarty was supposed to be out there. Mechanical issues have sidelined the number 40 for the heat race. That will move the 71 of Dave Karl up to the outside of row number 2. Row number 3, it's Alain Tremblay in the number 37X, along with Christopher Hale aboard car number 28G. Mike Fairbanks aboard the number 3, and Wesley Harris aboard car number 44. 6 laps is the distance, first of 2 heats in the Dirt Modified Nostalgia Tour. Kicking off Memorial Day weekend in fine style as they look into turn number 3 and 4. All starts and restarts at the white cone off of turn number 4. Green lights are on and we're underway. Jipp Ortiz feature wins and full fendered action. He's also got wins in DIRTcar Sportsman, but right now Rich Townsend giving him all sorts of fits down the back straightaway. Townsend rolls the outside lane. He'll pick up the lead as they go up into turn number 3 and 4, and yellow lights are on. Christopher Hale, problems over in corner number 1 and 2. So they will go back to a complete restart.
How come they let him out running around?
17 drivers signed in for the Dirt Modified Nostalgia Tour here today. First time the series has been here since I believe about 2019 was the last time the Dirt Modified Nostalgia Tour was here. That number 11 up on the pole there with Jipp Ortiz behind the wheel. Car was built by world famous Donnie Carlisle. Yes, he built your car too, didn't he? Yeah, that's right. Didn't build Beaker's car though. No.
Very nice.
He could have built a fast one for him. Of course, that number 11 machine, that might look familiar to a lot of people. That was a former paint scheme that former DIRTcar 358 Modified Series champion Doug the Ox Carlisle drove for a number of years. Oh, Brian Powley's here. He is. Wow. Brian Powley. My goodness. Got to get him back into a race car too. Jessica Power out there in the 52, just making a few, going to make a few laps of full song here behind this heat race. Has had some mechanical issues during the hot lap session, so she will be out here for just a couple of quick fast laps, and then we'll pull off the racetrack. No, she is not trying to make the show for this particular event. At least to the best of my knowledge. Well, apparently the problems are a little more internal for Christopher Hale. Christopher, of course, has the privilege of saying that he won the Canada's richest street stock feature ever. Did that at the Ohsweken Speedway, I believe it was. $3,000 to win show. And he put it to him. Took him to the woodshed and laid a whooping on him, but tonight not so much. And of course his dad, Greg Hale, plans on campaigning that car tomorrow night at Brockville. Of course, this series will head over to Evans Mills tomorrow. And His dad, Greg, planned on racing at Brockville tomorrow night with that car, but hopefully they get it back ready to go. So, green lights will be displayed next time by. It will be Jipp Ortiz and Megan Ciglich up on the front row. Green lights will be on. Jipp Ortiz won a lot of big races in his career. Super Dirt Week twice. Megan Ciglich up on the outside of that front row. LeClaire looks him over. Out of turn number 4. Green lights are back on. Ortiz fires first, and we're back underway. And a big move to the inside lane. Rich Townsend grabs the lead as they work it up off of turns 1 and 2 and down the back straightaway. Townsend out of Hastings, New York, draws away from the field. Ortiz back there to second. Good battle going on for third between Dave Karl and the 71. The Rotterdam Junction native going after the 37 of Alain Tremblay as they motor down the front straightaway in lap number 1. Top 2 have broken away from the rest of the field. Townsend in control. Ortiz back there to the 2 spot as they work down the back straightaway. Tremblay has jumped up into third. Karl is fourth, followed by the 19 of Ciglich, and completing it is the number 3 of Mike Fairbanks. The 44 of Wesley Harris out of New Milford, Pennsylvania. A lot of smoke showing out of the 44 down the backstretch. He's going to try to keep it down on the inside lane as your leader starts to work by. Rich Townsend is on the charge here early in the going. Works his way through turns 3 and 4. Halfway home this time by. 3 down, 3 more to go. It's all Rich Townsend as he makes his way down in front with a healthy advantage. The Hastings native. Big lead out there so far. Jipp Ortiz out of Ransomville right there with him in second, followed by Tremblay into third. The 71 of Dave Karl completes the top 4. Megan Ciglich completes the top 5 at the moment as they all head down into turn number 3 and 4. But Rich Townsend was the class of the field here in this one. 2 to go this time by. Commanding lead right now for Rich Townsend as Alain Tremblay in the 37, all out of shape off of turn number 4, allows Dave Karl to sneak on through. So Karl now up into position number 3 and looking to run down Jipp Ortiz in the closing laps, but he's got about a half a straightaway to make up, which is a long way here at Can-Am. Down across the line, white flag in the air for Rich Townsend. Battle going on now for position number 2 as Jipp Ortiz holds it by about 4 car lengths. Dave Karl trying to close the gap. He's got a faster car in the straightaways, and we got a car around. Townsend will get by. Yellow lights are on with 1 lap left to decide it. Mike Fairbanks in the number 3 loops it around over there in between turns 3 and 4. Heat race number 2 for the Dirt Modified Nostalgia Tour is coming up next. They will have another 8 cars ready to go. Single file on this start. We're 1 lap shy of the finish. Fairbanks gets pushed away and he will return to the tail of the field for this final restart. Order of heat races once again. The DIRTcar 358 modifieds, the Doneth Motorworks Limited Sportsman will be up next after this second heat in the Dirt Modified Nostalgia Tour. White flag is being displayed. We'll go green next trip by. Rich Townsend, the race leader. Jipp Ortiz second. Dave Karl is third. Alain Tremblay, Megan Ciglich, and the 3 Mike Fairbanks will complete it. 44 Wesley Harris, smoking car and all. He's still going to stay out there on the racetrack and finish this one out. Tommy Martin, Chief Director of Pace Car Control right there. Of course, our Pace truck brought to you by the good folks at Bob Johnson Auto Group. Looking for green. This time by Rich Townsend is led all the way, trying to go right to the checkered flag if he can, but Jipp Ortiz will try to keep him honest as they work it off turns 3 and 4. We're back to green. Townsend gets a good clean restart. Alain Tremblay picks up third as they head up into turn number 1 and 2. Megan Ciglich trying to move up another spot as well. Checkered flag will be waving this time by Townsend, pulling out to about a 4-car length advantage over the 11 of Ortiz as Alain Tremblay sends it in there. Not going to get there in time, though. Will be Townsend picking up the victory. Second will go to Jipp Ortiz. At the line for third will be Alain Tremblay, Dave Karl, Megan Ciglich, and the 3 of Mike Fairbanks will complete the rest of your field. And that does it for heat race number 1 on the Dirt Modified Nostalgia Tour. Rich Townsend with the win here in heat number 1. Heat race number 2 is set to come up next. We'll give you the starting lineup in just a moment. And heat race number 2 is going to look like this. It's going to be Brad Litzenberger in car number 20 on the point, along with the 5 of Ace Prentice. Row number 2, Joe August Jr. in the number 9, along with the 2 of Aaron Pugh. Row 3, the 11X of Bill Leonard, along with the 66 of Tom Church. Final row, it's Ian Gordon in the number 17 IG. And former pure stock and street stock combatant here, Mark Barker, aboard the number 77 from Evans Mills. 6 laps is the distance, second of 2 heats in Dirt Modified Nostalgia Tour competition here tonight, as we got the Doneth Motorworks Limited Sportsman to come up next for their qualifying heat race. 6 laps will be the distance for them. 6 laps is the distance tonight for these drivers.
6 laps. Good luck.
Brad Litzenberger will go from the pole. Ace Prentice alongside. Am Speedway pace truck peels off the speedway up in turn number 3 and 4. Set for green this time by Michael Clare. Is going to look the field over and turn them loose off of turn number 4. Brad Litzenberger and Ace Prentice on the front row, looking for green this time by through turn number 3 and 4. Green lights are on and we're off and running. Litzenberger with the advantage, but Aaron Pugh, he started in row number 2 and he's already got the lead going off of corner number 2 and down the back straightaway. Driving away from everybody down the back straightaway in the John Stanley Tribute number 2 machine, working his way through turn number 3 and 4. Back down to the line, Aaron Pugh with a commanding lead already at lap number 1. Litzenberger is second. Good battle going on for the number 3 position between the 11 of Bill Leonard, the 17 of Ian Gordon, Joe August Jr. in the 9, a little sideways through turn number 4 as Bill Leonard dusts up the top side of corner number 1 and 2, brings it back on as they're racing all over the racetrack right now. 4 positions, 4, 5, 6, and 7. In the meantime, Aaron Pugh having a really good time out there as he's got that ride working good on the top side portion of the racetrack. Aaron, a former 358 modified and sportsman campaigner in the Northeast, and took some time away from that, got back into this vintage car, and he's looked really good in his earlier outings, but right now the yellow lights are back on with Ace Prentice around in corners 1 and 2. So the yellow lights will come back on at lap number 2 of the 6-lap heat event for the Dirt Modified Nostalgia Tour. Later on tonight, they'll have a special 20-lap feature go.
Yeah, that 77 was in the, they're on State Street. Trail.
66.
As we mentioned, next week it is bike safety night here at the Am Speedway. First 200 kids age 16 or younger through the front gate will get a free bicycle helmet. And of course, got to thank the good folks at Victims Assistance Center and Child Advocacy Center, along with Child Fatality Review Team on Watertown on Washington Street. They'll all be on hand with us, full card of racing in all 5 divisions. Racing gets underway at 7 o'clock. And if you can't watch the races live here at Can-Am on Friday night, you can definitely log on to Dirt Track Digest TV and watch us live from the comfort of your own home or wherever you may be on a Friday night that you're not able to make it here. I'll be here Friday night as always. Aaron Pugh on point in the number 2 machine. Has wins in DIRTcar Sportsman and DIRTcar 358 modified action. Also has wins in this class as well. Trying to win here tonight, and he's got a good, fast race car. We'll see if he can keep it going. Up off of turn number 4, back to the line. We're back underway. And once again, just like he did on the initial start, Aaron Pugh jumps out into the race lead down the back straightaway. Ian Gordon going after the 20 of Brad Litzenberger down into turn number 3 and 4 as they race for second and third. The 11 of Bill Leonard back there fourth. Joe August Jr. completes the top 5, halfway home, 3 down, 3 more to go. Second of 2 heats for the Dirt Modified Nostalgia Tour, and Aaron Pugh is making it look rather easy. The Kingston, Ontario native sets it up on the bottom side of the racetrack in turn number 3 and 4 as Litzenberger trying to run him down as they make their way down the front straightaway with 2 laps left to go. Brad Litzenberger sits back there second. Ian Gordon, no stranger to Can-Am, holding on to position number 3. Ian, a former karting champion here on a few occasions, holding on to the number 3 spot. The top 3 have broken away from the rest of the field as they bring it back down to the line. White flag in the air this time for Aaron Pugh. Brad Litzenberger in the 20 holding on to second, doing everything he can to run down Aaron Pugh in the closing laps, but I think he's going to run out of time. Checkered flag will be waving, and Aaron Pugh in the John Stanley Tribute number 2 machine brings it across the line, checkered in the air, and Aaron Pugh gets the victory. Second will be the 20 of Brad Litzenberger. 17 of Ian Gordon will cross in third, followed by Bill Leonard. Joe August Jr. will complete the top 5 as the Dirt Modified Nostalgia Tour heat races are now complete. Donnath Motorworks Limited Sportsman ready to roll next. And Donnath Motorworks Limited Sportsman drivers on track. Last week's winner, Brady Howard, aboard the 54, will go away from the pole with the 11 of Genevieve Bartlett alongside. Row number 2, it's Gage Howard, the 21, along with the 63. That is Anthony Brownell. Row number 3, Logan Brown, 2-time winner this year, and the number 9, along with the 14 of Camdin Cook. Completing this field in car number 1W, it's Kyle Reif. 401K, that is Joseph Fargo. He was scheduled to start up on the pole, but he is elected to go to the tail of the field along with the 747 of Haley Brownell. 6 laps will be the distance. One and only heat tonight for the Donnath Motorworks Limited Sportsman. 2 different winners in 3 events this year. Logan Brown won the first 2. Last week, Brady Howard stopped that streak in a hurry. Genevieve Bartlett looking for her first career win in this division as well. White flag will be displayed. 6 laps the distance. All starts and restarts will be at the white cone coming off of turn number 4. Am Speedway Pace Truck brought to you by Bob Johnson Auto Group. They will depart the Speedway here momentarily. Brady Howard had a tough start to the season, finally finishing a race. Didn't get a chance to start on opening day due to a motor issue, and then had some mechanical problems on week number 2 on May the 3rd, but rebounded nicely last week with a big win, looking to go 2 in a row tonight. Tough field though. Off of turn number 4, green lights are on and we're underway. Brady Howard to the lead. Genevieve Bartlett. Camdin Cook threads the needle, trying to get through the middle of the racetrack. As Howard gets a little out of shape, Camdin Cook to the lead down the back straightaway. Big move on the bottom for Cook. He'll grab the number 1 spot. Brady Howard relegated to second. Him and Cook come together in turn number 4, and Logan Brown may have gotten a piece of Howard going into turn number 4, and he definitely did. That is a flat right rear tire for Logan Brown in the number 9. Yellow lights are on. Joseph Fargo in the 401K, he is looped it around. The 1 of Kyle Reif also involved. Looks like Brady Howard Looks like he's able to get it turned around, but it looks like he's headed straight to pit road. 9 of Logan Brown, I believe he's got a flat right rear tire, at least from what we can see up here. Kyle Reif has some damage on the left rear, or the right rear I should say. So we'll get the field sorted out, relined up, and ready to go once again. Heat winners so far this year in the Doneth Motorworks Limited Sportsman. Mentioned heat winners in this class this year. Brady Howard has 2 heat wins, those coming in the last couple of weeks. Genavieve Bartlett won the first heat race of the season on April 26th. So, complete restart, and we are going to turn them loose. 6 laps, still the distance. Coming up after this is going to be the first of 3 heat races. Whitesboro Plow Shop DIRTcar 358 Modifieds. As we look to set the field for the summer starter here at Can-Am. Beautiful night for racing too. Great weather we had earlier this afternoon. A little windy, but it is absolutely perfect as Tommy Martin hightails it off the speedway in corner number 3 and 4. Getting ready to go back to green off of turn number 4. Green lights are on and we're underway. As Genavieve Bartlett rockets out into the lead, the 63 of Anthony Brownell there for second. Camdin Cook completes the top 3. He's got around the outside of Kyle Reif into corner number 4. Reif pushes way wide, nearly collects the end of the wall, and we got him around again in turn number 4. Yellow lights are back on. Anthony Brownell involved. Camdin Cook around one more time. Haley Brownell, Joseph Fargo also involved. So we are going to revert to a single file start here just to try to get some laps in. No laps were complete according to race control, so we will try it once more.
They're trying to be like a the sportsman.
Summertime is here. You know what it's a good time for? Chicken barbecues. Yes. Fisher's Landing Fire Department's got one coming up. Sunday, right? Absolutely. 11? 11. You're doing the cooking? Are you making the chicken? Cousin Andy's making the chicken. Chicken barbecue this coming Sunday, Fisher's Landing Fire Hall. And be sure you get there early. Andrew and Jamie Young in the house. All sorts of celebrities hanging out here tonight. So yes, wanted to make a mention of that. The chicken barbecue at the Fisher's Landing Fire Hall, 11 o'clock. Takeout is available. Starts at 11 and goes till it's all gone, and it usually doesn't take very long, especially when Andy's cooking, right? So again, the field sorted out. We'll go back to green here very shortly. Of course, the Doneth Motorworks Limited Sportsman drivers, a lot of them just getting used to it out here. And they'll get it right. They'll get it sorted out. White flag is in the air. Green next time by. Dirt Modified Nostalgia Tour officials have just handed me their starting lineup for tonight's 20-lap feature go.
Something wrong with just the power.
Yeah.
She didn't run right.
So Genavieve Bartlett will be on point. Again, no laps were completed, so we're going back to a complete restart. Out of turn number 4, back underway. And Bartlett once again jumps out into the race lead. Kyle Reif, Gage Howard, the top 3. Brady Howard using the outside lane, gets around Haley Brownell for the 5 spot. Trying to bring Logan Brown up into the top 5, and Brown gets on through, and Brady Howard is on the charge here. He's picked up 2 spots in the last half a lap here. As they bring it down in front for lap number 1, it is Genavieve Bartlett in control. Kyle Reif using the bottom lane, trying to hold on to second. Brady Howard has got all the momentum on his side right now. He's jumping to that high lane and using it to his advantage. He'll pull by for the 2 spot, or at least try to. Kyle Reif going to try to make him honest into turn number 3 and 4. Brady Howard again way wide, dusts up the top side of corner number 4 as lap number 2 goes up on the scoreboard, and Brady Howard still not giving up, though. He's going to go back after the one of Kyle Reif down the back straightaway. Anthony Brownell, in the meantime, has picked up the 4 spot as Logan Brown looking to retake that position down the back straightaway. Genavieve Bartlett is missing a great race from second on back. She's got the lead about a half straightaway advantage right now at the halfway point. 3 down, 3 more to go, and Bartlett well in command of it. The battle is on behind her, though, as Kyle Reif holds the number 2 position. The 54, Brady Howard there for 3rd. Logan Brown has gotten back around the Anthony Brownell 63 to move to 4th. Camdin Cook is back up close to the top 5. He is 6th. Gage Howard 7th. Haley Brownell 8th. And Joseph Fargo 9th. 2 to go this time by, and Genavieve Bartlett trying to hold on for the win. Haley Brownell twists it around in corner number 4. Yellow lights are back on with 2 laps left to go. Haley Brownell, 74 or 747 rather, loops it around over there. In between turns 3 and 4, so now Bartlett will have to contend with Brady Howard, who has been on the move from the back of the field. Bartlett trying to win the heat race for her mom's birthday today. See if she can get it done. She's got a fast race car. Looks like Kyle Reif will be occupying the 2nd spot. Gage Howard slows to a stop down here in the FX Carrera number 21G.
Stay yellow, driver. Stay yellow.
Gage Howard, Chippewa Bay, New York. 4th place finish last time he was here with us on May the 3rd. Going to need a push to get restarted. So it's Genavieve Bartlett, the race leader. Kyle Reif 2nd. Brady Howard now 3rd. Logan Brown 4th. And Anthony Brownell, your top 5. And of course, wanted to make a mention, if you haven't gotten to the novelty stand to get your Golden Jubilee apparel. Brandy is sporting the beautiful looking Am Speedway Golden Jubilee t-shirts that are available for sale down at the novelty stand. Our boss, Brandy, modeling these shirts for us. Hi, Brandy, how are you? You're looking lovely. She'd give us a turn, they said. It was all Sibley right there. Yep. Nope. white flag will be displayed. Maybe limited sportsman drivers still trying to get the handle on things, and 1 lap left to decide, 2 laps left to decide it. Genavieve Bartlett, Kyle Reif, and Brady Howard, the top 3. Coming up next will be the first of 3 heats in the Whitesboro Plow Shop, DIRTcar 358 Modifieds. Off turn number 4, we're back to green. And Brady Howard didn't get going on that start like he wanted to. It's going to cost him a couple of spots as Logan Brown jumps to second. Kyle Reif out of shape, gets into Howard, opens the door for Anthony Brownell to jump to the 3 spot. Into turn number 3 and 4, Genavieve Bartlett with a 2-car length advantage over Logan Brown as they work it up off the corner. White flag in the air. Final time into turn number 1 and 2. Genavieve Bartlett has the lead. Checkered flag will be waving this time by. Here comes Brown to the inside lane. He's got to run down on the bottom. Drag race to the line. Logan Brown gets it by a car length. Genavieve Bartlett a close second. Anthony Brownell, Camdin Cook, Kyle Reif, the top 5. What a run at the end for Logan Brown. Despite getting caught up in that early race jingle, he comes back, rebounds, and grabs the win in the Donath Motorworks Limited Sportsman Heat Race. Heck of an effort by Genavieve Bartlett. Nearly comes away with her 2nd heat win of the season. Whitesboro Plow Shop. DIRTcar 358 Modifieds looking to set tonight's field for the summer starter, the return of this famous event here at Can-Am. And Tyler Meeks goes away from the pole in the number 9 along with the 36 of Dan Bichard. Row number 2, it's going to find the 45 of Preston Forbes along with the 74 of Lucas Fuller. Row number 3, Billy Dunn in the 49 along with the 21 of Andy Howard. Final row, 23 Cameron Black, 24 of Jordan Kelly. 8 laps is the scheduled distance. Looking to set the 9th ever summer starter here at the Can-Am Speedway, Tyler Meeks. On point, Dan Bichard on the front row. Green lights are on and we're underway. Into corner number 1 and 2, Tyler Meeks with a strong run off the top side. He'll grab the lead. Preston Forbes back there to second. Battle is on for the 3 spot. Dan Bichard has it. Here comes Billy Dunn, 6-time track champion, trying to take it away and does just that. And now he's looking to go after Preston Forbes for second as he drag races him into turn number 1 and 2. All this happening behind your leader, Tyler Meeks, as they work it up off of corner number 2 and down the back straightaway. Races on for the 2 spot. Preston Forbes has it. Billy Dunn taking a look down to that inside lane. Dunn working the bottom lane, trying to find his way to second. Forbes has been on a roll here as of late. A couple of top 5s at a couple of different racetracks. Had a top 5 finish at Airborne a couple of weeks ago at the Leon Gagnon Memorial, finishing 5th. And a strong top 5 run here a week ago. Right now he's battling Billy Dunn for position number 2, and Dunn will take the spot. All this happening behind your leader, Tyler Meeks, as they bring it down to the line at lap number 3. 5-car length advantage for the 9 of Meeks as he heads up into turn number 1 and 2. About a 1.5 second advantage. Actually, to get technical, 1.375 is the spread between Tyler Meeks and the 49 of Billy Dunn as they make their way down to the line this time by. 4 down, 4 more to go in this opening heat race for the Whitesboro Plow Shop. DIRTcar 358 Modifieds, and Tyler Meeks, Pride of Evans Mills, New York, holds the lead. Looks like he's extended that lead right now. It's up to about 7 or 8 car lengths over Billy Dunn. Dunn trying to figure out a way to catch the 9 of Meeks down across the line. Well, right now, Tyler Meeks well in control. Got a little out of shape that time. It's going to open up the door for Billy Dunn to close the gap as they work it down the back straightaway. Dunn now within about 4 car lengths as they head up into turn number 3 and 4. We'll see the 2-lap flags from Mike Leclerc this time by. 2 laps left to go. Tyler Meeks in control. Billy Dunn second. Preston Forbes the third. Cameron Black was scheduled to start on the pole for this heat race, but he has now charged his way from the back of the field up to position number 4. Dan Bishar, Lucas Fuller, and Andy Howard complete the rest of the field. White flag in the air for Tyler Meeks. Despite the little bobble over there in turn number 1 and 2, he's been able to stabilize that gap between himself and Billy Dunn, which is about 4.5 to 5 car lengths right now. Preston Forbes, he's got his car working good on the top side of the racetrack. Each of the top 3 separated by about 5 car lengths, and that's how they're going to finish. It's going to be the 9 of Tyler Meeks with the win. Second will be Dunn. Third will be Forbes. 4th spot at the stripe. Cameron Black will get it. Dan Bishar, Lucas Fuller, and Andy Howard. So that does it. Heat race number 1 is now in the record books for the Whitesboro Plow Shop Dirt Car 358 Modifieds, and Tyler Meeks takes the win in heat race number 1. Heat race number 2 will be rolling trackside right now. It's going to look like this. Nick Webb on the pole out of Brownsville in the 27. Outside will be Remington Ham in the 57, 358 modified rookie this year. Row 2, RJ Tressetter out of Edwards, the 21R, and the 7S of Sean Shaw from Philadelphia. Row number 3, it's Derek Webb out of Brownville in the 66 with the 31 of 3C New York's Lance Willix. And back there in row number 4, all by himself in car number 28. That is Watertown, New York's Jordan McCready. McCready will fire from the tail of this one. Jordan's still nursing that back injury he suffered at Oswego at the end of last year during Super Dirt Week 51. So still a little bit tender, but he's back out there. He has been medically cleared to race, so that's what he wants to do. Tommy Martin will take Am Speedway pace truck from Bob Johnson Auto Group off of the speedway in turn number 3. 8 laps is the distance. 7 cars ready to go. Nick Webb and Remington Ham. The veteran versus the rookie on the front row. Green lights are on and we're off and running. And Nick Webb uses his experience to grab the lead. RJ Tressetter and Remington Ham are going to split him though, coming off of turn number 2 of the rookie. Gets the best of the field down the back straightaway. Remington Ham to the lead into turn number 3 and 4. RJ Tressetter right there with him in second as Sean Shaw moves it up to third. Nick Webb there for 4th. Lance Willix rounds out the top 5. McCready making his way towards the front of the field. Getting around Derek Webb off of corner number 2 and down the back straightaway and chases after the top 5. In the meantime, though, Remington Ham, a couple of Sportsman wins to his credit, making the move up to the modified ranks this year, looking really strong down the front straightaway. Leads the way by 3 car lengths over the battle for second, which is a pretty good one between RJ Tressetter and the 21R and the 7S of Sean Shaw as they drag race for the 2 spot down into turn number 3 and 4. Give the position to Shaw by about a half a car length as Lance Willix looking from the bottom of the racetrack. Lance trying to pull even turns with Tressetter into corner number 1 and 2. Pushes up the racetrack just a little bit. Allows Tressetter to get away, but Lance fights right back on the bottom. They'll drag race down the back stretch into turn number 3 and 4 and give the spot to Willix from the bottom. Just behind them, Jordan McCready looking to move to the top 5, trying to get around Nick Webb, and he does just that up off the turn. So McCready now up into the top 5 as we complete lap number 4. We are halfway home in this qualifying heat race. Looking to set tonight's starting field for the 9th summer starter at the Am Speedway in Remington Ham. Trying to get a real good starting spot. He's got the lead down across the line. Sean Shaw there for second. Lance Willix, the defending Hoosier Racing Tire Weekly Racing Series champion for the Dirt Car 358 Modified Division. Current point leader in that series, holds on to 3rd right now, trying to chase down Sean Shaw and Remington Ham. 2 to go for Remington Ham, this time by Top three have broken away by about a half a straightaway over the 21 of R.J. Tressetter. Jordan McCready cracks the top five. He's lurking there trying to get after the 21 of Tressetter as the 66 of Derek Webb dusts up the top side of corners 1 and 2, but brings it back on. White flag in the air this time by for Remington Ham. Rodman, New York native, will set it up on the top side portion of the racetrack through turns 1 and 2 and down the back straightaway. Sean Shaw right there for spot number 2. Willick still there in third, about 4 car lengths back, and it looks like that's how they're going to finish. The win will go to Remington Ham, his first ever 358 modified heat win. Second will go to Sean Shaw. Lance Willick's will cross in third, followed by R.J. Tressetter, Jordan McCready, Nick Webb, and Derek Webb. And that does it. Heat race number 2. The Whitesboro Plow Shop DIRTcar 358 modifieds are complete. Remington Ham into victory lane for the very first time in his very young 358 modified career. Heat race number 3 ready to roll to the Speedway in just a moment. Franklin Mackin will be on the pole in car number 3M out of Russell, New York. Alongside of him will be Michael Mandigo out of Governor in the 26. Row 2, it's Jack Meeks out of Evans Mills in the number 1, and Ryan Bartlett's 39 from Watertown. Row number 3, Scott Webb out of Brownville, New York in the 18W with a 6 of Brian Hudson, and 3-time defending track champion Tim Fuller in car number 19 will complete the rest of your field. Fuller finished a hard-fought second place last night at the Airborne Speedway to eventual race winner Felix Waugh, who picked up the checkered flag last night in Plattsburgh. Fire Swamp collected the Sportsman checkered flag last night at Airborne. Fire Swamp, his second feature win of the season, also got a win at Devil's Bowl Speedway in Vermont a couple of weeks ago. Fuller finished second last night, looking to do one better here today. Field set, ready to go. Franklin Mackin on the point. Michael Mandigo alongside. Mikey won his heat race last week, looking to duplicate that feat here tonight. Up off of turn number 4, green lights are on and we're underway. Thought about going 4 wide. Oh, and Jack Meeks pulls the wheelie up off of corner number 2. Doesn't lose a spot. He'll pull even terms with Brian Hudson as they battle for 4th. What a spectacular move that was by Jack Meeks. Able to hold on to the race car. We'll see if there's any damage to that ride. In the meantime, though, Franklin Mackin enjoying about a 2.5 car length lead over the rest of the field right now. Mandigo in a battle with Ryan Bartlett for the 2 spot, and Mandigo will surrender that position. They're 3 wide back there for spots 5, 6, and 7. Scott Webb on the top side of the racetrack. He'll get by Fuller for the position. Fuller trying to fight back on the bottom, though, and they'll drag race again down across the line. Lap number 2 goes up on the leaderboard. Fuller takes over 5th. In the meantime, though, Franklin Mackin having a good solid run here tonight, about a 4 car length advantage over Ryan Bartlett as the battle is on for 3rd. Michael Mandigo has it, and Jack Meeks, despite that wheelie, I'm still impressed that that car's still even running as solid as it is. And Mandigo with a problem, puff of smoke out of the back of the race car, and he is off the pace. Slowing down the front straightaway, yellow lights are on for the Michael Mandigo Racing number 26 machine. Yellow lights are on with 3 laps complete. Michael Mandigo, Governor of New York, ran at Brockville with us last week and had a problem with a rocker arm, and it could be, looks like another motor failure, and he is peeling the belts off, and that number 26, so Mandigo once again problems plaguing that 26. He was fast last week, won his heat race going away, and unfortunately is going to get pushed away again. Last week at Brockville, he bent a rocker and thought he might have had the problem fixed. laps are complete in this one, and it is Franklin Mackin, your race leader. Going to have Ryan Bartlett to his outside now. Jack Meeks pulled that spectacular wheelie off the start, still holding on to third. I'm sure they'll be inspecting any damage on that car when they get back to pit road. Tim Fuller up to fourth, Scott Webb fifth. Looking for green. Brian Hudson completes it in sixth. Set to go, 3 down, 5 to go. Leclerc's going to look him over. Franklin Mackin and Ryan Bartlett on the front row. We're back underway. 3 wide into turn number 1 and 2. Jack Meeks with a power move to the bottom, but Ryan Bartlett says I could do one better. He pulls away on the top side trying to grab the lead. They're wheel to wheel for the top spot into turn number 3 and 4 as Franklin Mackin now in a battle with Tim Fuller for the number 3 position. Fuller's going to get the spot. He's going to try Jack Meeks for second on the top side off of turn number 4, and Tim Fuller now to the 2 spot. 4 down, 4 to go. Ryan Bartlett's got his hands full now. He's got Fuller right there behind him off of turn number 2. Jack Meeks trying to get back at it as they head up into turn number 3 and 4. Jack Meeks is going to pull it to the bottom of the racetrack as he watches the battle for the lead shape up. Ryan Bartlett has it. Tim Fuller trying to take it away. 5 down, 3 more to go in the third and final heat here in the Whitesboro Plow Shop Dirt Car 350 modified heat event, and Ryan Bartlett trying to fend off Tim Fuller. Bartlett went winless in 2023. Wants to change that. It would be a good time for him to get a win on this big night as they come back down to the line. Well, Fuller's right there with him as they come down into turn number 1 with 2 laps left to go. Bartlett on the top side. Tim Fuller down low. Pretty well evenly matched as they work it down the back straightaway. Bartlett a little better into turn number 3. They switch lanes. Fuller's going to go to the high lane. Bartlett's going to make him work for it up on the top side. White flag in the air. This race is far from over. Bartlett trying to win this one, but here comes Fuller to the inside lane. Into turn number 1 and 2. Bartlett's car looked a little bit tight getting into the corner. They'll drag race down the back straightaway. Wheel to wheel into turn number 3 and 4. Bartlett trying to shut him off in turn number 3. He'll get the lead as they work it off in turn number 4. Checkered flag in the air. Drag race to the line. Ryan Bartlett by a half a car length. Fuller will cross second. Jack Meeks, Franklin Mackin, and Brian Hudson and Scott Webb were really having it out for the number 5 position. But Ryan Bartlett pulls it off, gets the victory over Fuller. So the Whitesboro Plow Shop Dirt Car 358 modified field is set. The 9th ever summer starter is set to go for 25 laps later on. Next up on the docket is going to be the Bob Johnson Auto Group Dirt Car Sportsman.
4 heats.
4?
And the first heat race of the night for them is going to look like this. It'll be Taylor Dockstader up on the pole, and the number 2 outside will be Paul DeRutter, the 1D. Row 2, it's Owen Iyer in the 17, Greg Brinklow in the 707. Row 3, Jessica Powers 52 with Tyler Corcoran, 4-time and defending track champion in the 64. Final row. Last week's winner out of Kingston in car number 0, that is Xavier Andrews, and in the 1W, that is Brad Reif. Brad Reif aboard the 1W, him and Kyle sharing that ride tonight. Kyle running it in the limited class, and of course Brad Reif running that car right now. 8 laps is the scheduled distance, first of 3 heats. Bob Johnson Auto Group Dirt Car Sportsman. Taylor Dockstader, Paul DeRutter on that front row, looking for green this time by Mike Leclerc, looks him over. Green lights are on and we're underway. As they work it off turn number 2 down the back straightaway, Jessica Power got shuffled out of line. Tyler Corcoran and Xavier Andrews are cutting through the field quickly here, up to 4th and 5th as they bring it down to the line this time by for lap number 1. It is the number 1 of Paul DeRutter leading the way, and Tyler Corcoran and Xavier Andrews coming together into turn number 1 and 2, but they straighten it out off the corner and down the backstretch. As we look back up front, Paul DeRutter with the advantage, about a car length and a half over Taylor Dockstader. Dockstader trying to make something work on that inside lane. Can't quite do it this time as Paul DeRutter set sail into corner number 1 and 2 using that extreme outside lane. Dockstader content to run the bottom side of the racetrack. Greg Brinklow trying to fend off the defending champion Corcoran for position number 3. Corcoran there for 4th. Xavier Andrews completes the top 5. Then it's Owen Nyer, Jessica Power, and Brad Reif in that order. Down to the line. Lap number 3 up on the leaderboard. Everybody starting to get spread out around the Am Speedway as the 64 of Tyler Corcoran trying to fend off Greg Brinklow. Brinklow had a good run going through turns 3 and 4. Trying to run down Corcoran for the number 3 position. Xavier Andrews trying to pull into contention as well. He works that high lane right in the tire tracks of Brinklow. Down the front straightaway at the halfway point. 4 down, 4 more to go. It's all Paul DeRutter. It's the Budge Chew Chevrolet Bicknell chassis working good up on that outside lane. Taylor Dockstader, Tyler Corcoran the top 3. Then a pair of Kingston natives going at it. Greg Brinklow has the 4 spot. Xavier Andrews trying to pick it up as they work it up into turn number 3 and 4. Back down to the line this time by 5 down, 3 to go. Looking at the battle between Xavier Andrews and Greg Brinklow. Greg Brinklow actually showed up to the track today wearing a Xavier Andrews t-shirt. So that's how good friends they are. They're just racing hard out there on the speedway for the number 4 spot. In the meantime, though, Paul DeRutter going to have some company in a moment. Tyler Corcoran has just cleared Taylor Dockstader for the 2 spot and looking for DeRutter into turn number 1 and 2. 2 laps left to go in this one. Could be another exciting finish as they come back down to the line this time by. The white flag will be displayed, and Paul DeRutter has got some company now in the form of Tyler Corcoran. Into turn number 3 and 4. The white flag is in the air this time by. Corcoran pulling even turns with Paul DeRutter down the front straightaway at the white flag lap. Final time through turns 1 and 2. Tyler Corcoran's got the car rolling on the bottom. Paul DeRutter's got the advantage with the momentum on the high side. Corcoran a little better handling car. He pulls down into turn number 3 and 4 with the lead. Checkered flag is in the air. DeRutter trying to chase him down up off of turn number 4. Not going to happen. Tyler Corcoran to victory lane. Paul DeRutter, Taylor Dockstader the top 3. Xavier Andrews, Greg Brinklow comes up for 5th at the checkered flag. Owen Nyer, Jessica Power, and Brad Reif. And that will do it. Heat race number 1 is now complete. Tyler Corcoran to victory lane in heat race number 1. Heat race number 2 is going to look like this. It'll be Jonathan Murphy on the pole in the 62 with the 5 of Steve Roberts. Row number 2, Justin Gadbaugh on the 18 with the 91 of Josh Riome. Row 3, Mike Fowler in the 410 along with Brendan Moore in the 35, our current point leader. Trevor Gibbons in the 621 and Ryan Shanahan in car number 32 RS. Winner here on May the 3rd. White flag will be displayed. 8 laps is going to be the distance. Second of 3 heats in the Bob Johnson Auto Group DIRTcar Sportsman. So field is going to double up and we'll be set to go back to green here in a moment.
Drivers going green off of turn 4, green off of turn 4. Front row, fire together, please. Front row, fire together. 8 laps, 4 cars qualify. 8 laps, 4 cars qualify.
8 laps will be the distance. We'll be looking for green this time by through turn number 3 and 4. Jonathan Murphy and Stevie Roberts on the front row. Green lights are on and we're underway. Trevor Gibbons off the pace at the back of the field here. We'll keep an eye on him as Jonathan Murphy takes over the lead down the back straightaway. Mike Fowler, Josh Riome, and Brendan Moore trying to thread their way through the traffic to get to the front of the field. Looks like Fowler has done the best of those 3 so far. He's now up into 3rd as they bring it down to the line this time by. And Mike Fowler is on the charge. That 410 working good on the bottom. He'll pick up the 2 spot. Josh Riome right there in his tire tracks. He moves to 3rd. Roberts losing a couple of spots here in the early going as Ryan Shanahan looking to move towards the front of the field. White's Lumber Building Supply 32 RS working up into the top 5, trying to battle with Brendan Moore for a spot. In the meantime, drag race to the line for the lead. It's going to be Mike Fowler taking over the spot at lap number 2. Jonathan Murphy there for second. Josh Riome completes the top three. Then it is the 32 of Ryan Shanahan. He's moved to fourth. Roberts in a battle with Brendan Moore for the 5 spot. Justin Gadbaugh trying to make up some spots here at the mid portion of the race. Down across the line, 3 down, 5 more to go. Mike Fowler in command of the field as they head up into corner number 1 and 2. Fulton, New York native, has finished second in points here the last 2 seasons. Finally got back to victory lane last year, but would like to get more wins and possibly a track championship. But right now, he is in prime position to win this heat race. Down to the line, 4 down, 4 more to go. It's all Mike Fowler up to this point. Battle is on for position number 2 right now. Josh Riome down low. Jonathan Murphy to his outside, and Josh Riome picks up the number 2 spot down the backstretch. Murphy relegated to third. Ryan Shanahan, Brendan Moore the top 5, Justin Gadbaugh, and Steve Roberts complete the field. Down to the line, 5 down, 3 more to go. But Mike Fowler, fear the beard into turn number 3 and 4. He's got a comfortable advantage over the rest of the field. Last year, Fowler was splitting his time between asphalt and dirt, running here on dirt on Friday nights, and then running with the limited super modifieds on Saturday nights over at the Oswego Speedway. Switched his attentions fully to the dirt side of things this year, and it looks like it's starting to work out right now. Of course, he had that flip in the DIRTcar Sportsman Central Series race here on opening day. White flag in the air and a straightaway advantage for Fowler as he heads up into turn number 1 and 2 with a healthy advantage over the rest of the field. Checkered flag set to come out this time by, and Mike Fowler will set it up on the bottom side of the speedway. Checkered flag is in the air, and the win will go to Mike Fowler. Straightaway lead, Josh Riome to second. Jonathan Murphy, a strong showing in third. Ryan Shanahan, Brendan Moore, Justin Gadbaugh, and Steve Roberts will round out the field. And that does it. Heat race number 2 is in the record books. And Mike Fowler, a dominant performance in heat race number 2. Heat race number 3 about to make its appearance to the speedway. Dylan Moore on the pole, the number 35D, along with Frank Sibley, the 92 out of Calcium, New York. Row number 2, family affair. Keegan Dyer on the inside of row number 2 in the 34K. Eric Dyer in the number 34 to his outside. Row number 3, Gavin Isley in car number 18. Inside row number 3 with the 33 of Alan McDonald scheduled to go. Final row inside, the Fox 28, that's Tyler Stevenson from Watertown. Looks like Alan McDonald may be wanting to start from the tail. Well, he's going to pull it up into his starting spot on the outside of Gavin Isley. Set to go green.
Oh, good seeing that.
Out of the corner, green lights are on and we're underway. Off of turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. Frank Sibley, your race leader, as they hit the back straightaway into corner number 3 and 4. Eric Dyer making the big move up on the top side, trying to get by Dylan Moore, and he does just that. He's going to bring Gavin Isley with him, but Gavin wants more. He wants to go to second. He's going to do just that. Gavin Isley now your runner-up as they head up into corner number 1 and 2. Frank Sibley there in the race lead, got about 2-car length lead, but Gavin Isley and Eric Dyer on the charge right now. Tyler Stevenson, who picked up a DIRTcar Sportsman Series win last year, trying to get by Dylan Moore, but he's got Keegan Dyer right there to his inside as they battle for position up off the turn. Keegan Dyer moves it up into the number 4 spot. In the meantime, battle is on for the lead. Frank Sibley has the spot. Gavin Isley trying to take it away from him. Down the back straightaway, top 2 have broken away from Eric Dyer by about 4 car lengths into corner number 3 and 4. Sibley got the car working good up on that outside lane, but Isley just as good down around the bottom. 3 down, 5 more to go. Sibley trying to hold on and win this one, but Gavin Isley is going to make it a long heat race for him as they motor down the back straightaway. Frank Sibley, Gavin Isley, 1 and 2. Eric Dyer, Keegan Dyer, and Tyler Stevenson, the top 5 at the moment. Dylan Moore and Alan McDonald complete the rest of the field. Battle is on for the lead. Isley trying to draw even turns, but Sibley down in front. 4 down, 4 more to go. Here comes Gavin Isley down to that inside lane. Recall last week, Gavin Isley got the lead in the heat win last week in the last 100 feet. Could be setting up for another one of those finishes as they work it through turns 3 and 4 and back down to the line. Isley trying that inside lane. Sibley fighting back on the top side. 3 to go this time by. Isley with a slight edge into turn number 1 and 2. Frank Sibley takes it up on the top side of the racetrack, trying to use that momentum, but Gavin Isley is going to slip on by, grabs the number 1 spot. Frank Sibley trying to rally back up on the outside lane as they bring it down to the line this time by. 2 to go for Gavin Isley. Sibley there for second, Eric Dyer third, Keegan Dyer and Tyler Stevenson at each other for 4th and 5th at the moment. Sibley not letting Gavin get away from him, though. He's down the back straightaway. Lead still at about 2 car lengths as they head up into turn number 3 and 4, and Sibley closes in. Cut a really good corner that time through turn number 3 and 4. Isley, though, able to get away from him up off of turn number 4. White flag in the air. Final time for Gavin Isley. Into turn number 1 and 2. Isley down low. Sibley switches lanes, trying to find something on the inside lane, and could have cost him a car length as Isley pulls away into turn number 3 and 4. Checkered flag will be waving this time by, and Gavin Isley will cross the line, grabs the win in heat race number 3 for the Bob Johnson Auto Group DIRTcar Sportsman. Second will be Frank Sibley, Eric Dyer third, Keegan Dyer 4th, Tyler Stevenson 5th, Dylan Moore will cross in 6th, and Alan McDonald will finish up in position number 7. So Gavin Isley gets the victory. Another heat win in his record book. 3rd heat win in the last 4 tries. So we are set for heat race number 1. Justin Pope is actually scheduled in heat race number 2, so he is going to be sent back to pit road. Anthony St. Mary Jr., the 111J on the pole with Jared Gilson alongside in row number 1. Row 2, it's O.J. White in the 94, with the winner of the last 2 weeks, Damian Beckler in the 26, Corey Valad in the 21V, along with Tony Frezzo in car number 22. Tony, a feature winner last weekend of the Mohawk International Raceway, trying to get a Can-Am win here in 2024. 6 laps is the distance, first of 2 heats for the Sundance Leisure Thunder Cars. We're green. And St. Mary did not get going on that start, allowed Jared Gilson to get the number 1 spot away as Damian Beckler trying the high lane. Gilson got a little out of shape off in turn number 2, opens the door for Beckler to grab the spot, and now everybody's after Gilson for second. O.J. White takes the spot, so does Corey Valad on the high side, and St. Mary looks like he's got that car rolling again. He's back up to 4th as they work it down across the line, and Jared Gilson trying to battle back from the inside lane. Great racing in the top 5 positions. Tony Frezzo wants to jump up and join the party right now. He rides in position number 6. Down the back straightaway, it's Damian Beckler in command. St. Mary's got a quick race car, pulls by O.J. White to pick up 4th. In the meantime, good battle going on for the race lead. We got 3 of them all knotted together. Jared Gilson, Damian Beckler, Corey Valad going at it as they motor down the front straightaway with 2 laps in the record books. Corey Valad working that inside lane, or at least the mid portion of the inside lane, as the 26 of Damian Beckler has the top spot. Valad now to 2nd, Jared Gilson up to 3rd. Anthony St. Mary Jr. and O.J. White going after one another for position number 4. St. Mary gets the spot up on the top side of the racetrack, trying to pull even with Jared Gilson down the front straightaway, looking for position number 3. As we talk about that, Corey Valad is looking for the number 1 spot on Damian Beckler as they motor down the back straightaway. Beckler He's had a strong run here the last couple of weeks, but right now Corey Valad is giving him some pressure into turn number 3 and 4. Watch for Anthony St. Mary Jr. He's got a real good car right now, trying to move in and take the second spot from Valad, but Valad says, I'm going to the lead, and he does just that with 2 to go. Corey Valad, your new race leader at lap number 4, pushes up the hill just a little bit. Still gets the lead. Beckler trying to fight back, and here comes St. Mary down in that inside lane. Anthony St. Mary Jr. to second as they head up into turn number 3 and 4. The white flag will be in the air, and he is putting some pressure on the 21 of Valad. Up off of turn number 4, St. Mary's going to swing it to the high lane. White flag in the air this time by Corey Valad with the lead. Anthony St. Mary Jr. strong car up on the outside lane into turns 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway, St. Mary and Valad side by side for the lead. St. Mary by a half a car length into turn number 3 and 4. Going to set it up for a good finish up off of turn number 3 and 4. Corey Valad with the lead on the bottom. St. Mary with the charge on the top side. Anthony St. Mary Jr. gets it. Second will be Corey Valad, Damian Beckler, Jared Gilson, O.J. White, the top 5. Tony Frezzo takes it to pit road. Great run for Anthony St. Mary Jr. He fell back to about 5th spot on that initial start, rallies back for the win. So heat race number 2, ready to roll trackside, is going to feature Terry Gardner, the veteran, up on the pole, the number 41, along with Caden Paquette, a rookie in the 72K out of Carthage, row number 2. Defending track champion Francis White in the 60, along with Anthony St. Mary Sr. in the 111, scheduled to go. Final row is going to be Daniel Valad from Boonville in the 21 and Justin Pope in the number 27 machine. Justin Pope was 7th here on opening day, April the 26th. Got some debris over in turn number 2. That's the reason why our push truck is over there. So we'll get that rectified, and we'll be back to racing speed here in just a few moments. Coming up after this heat race, we're going to have the Panther Framework 602 crate sprint cars. Terry Gardner, problems with the number 41. And it looks like he's just dropping to the tail of the field. Terry, a veteran in local auto racing here, competed at Watertown Speedway in the late model division. Also ran here in street stocks for a good bit. Took some time away, and now he's back into it once again with the DIRTcar division. Good to see him back with us one more time. Gardner family, all winners here at Can-Am. Billy and Billy Jr. White flag will be displayed. Green next time by. Again, 50/50 tickets are on sale. If you have not yet got your 50/50 tickets tonight, make sure you get those. A couple of our girls working through the grandstands tonight. Also, if you are looking to get all the colors of the 50/50 tickets, please be sure you head to the 50/50 booth located right directly under our tower here, right where the flag stand is. So get the tickets there. Concession stands are open as well. Set for green. Francis White, Caden Paquette on the front row. Green lights are on and we're underway. Francis White to the race lead. Justin Pope picks up the number 3 position. He's going after Daniel Valad for second as they hustle down the backstretch. Caden Paquette, Terry Gardner, and Anthony St. Mary Sr. complete the rest of the field, but the battle is on for the race lead. Defending track champion Francis White has it. Daniel Valad trying to take it away. Valad, a little smoke showing out of the back of the 21. We'll keep our eye on him, though, as they motor into turns 1 and 2. Justin Pope using that outside lane. A little bit of a push in that 27 as he went up the hill down off of corner number 2. Brings it back on. Now he's in a battle with Valad for position number 2 as the 60 of Francis White in command of the field as they motor down the front straightaway here. White out to about a 3 or 4 car length advantage. The battle is on for second. Daniel Valad, smoking car and all, still able to hold on to that number 2 position. You see the smoke come out of the car when he gets into the corners. Down the straightaway, it's fine. But now Justin Pope takes full advantage. He'll take over the 2 spot down into turn number 3 and 4. It looks to go after Francis White for the race lead as they bring it down to the line this time by 3 down, 3 more to go. It's all Francis White. Our 2022 Sundance Leisure ThunderCar track champion picked up 4 feature wins last year. Grabbed 4 feature wins when he wasn't racing here at the Mohawk International Raceway. 8 wins total last year for Francis White in a track championship at Can-Am. Pretty darn impressive. Right now, he has the lead, but Justin Pope is going to make it tough on him as we got 2 laps left to go. 2 laps remain, and Francis White with the lead, and we got caution on the racetrack. Yellow lights are on. Got a car around over there in between turns 3 and 4. Yellow lights are back on. Caden Paquette in the number 72. Loops it around over there. Brings it back on. Carthage, New York native. So Tommy Martin will bring our Can-Am Speedway pace truck from Bob Johnson Auto Group down the front stretch to collect the rest of the field. Francis White, Justin Pope, and Daniel Vlad, your top 3. Once again, this Memorial Day, we want to make sure you have a plan to get home safely. A high visibility campaign is underway this Memorial Day. Check out Stop DWI New York on Facebook. Also, you can check them out on X at Stop DWI New York. Also, check them out on Instagram at Stop DWI NY. Also, their website, stopdwi.org. Be smart, have a plan for a safe ride home. Encourage you to be safe this Memorial Day weekend. Of course, thank you to all the veterans and active military who are doing their part in keeping us safe. Thank you for all that you do. Green lights. We're set to come on, but race control says we're going to try that start one more time. Again, if you are a veteran or active military here tonight, we welcome you to Can-Am and thank you very much for your service. Glad you could join us here at Can-Am, and thank you for help protecting our freedom to allow us to do this racing stuff every Friday night. Thank you again. Ready to go off of turn number 4. Green lights back on. Justin Pope to the race lead as they head up into 1 and 2. Francis White's going to stick it up to that outside lane to try to grab the lead back. Daniel Vlad there for 3rd as they motor down the back straightaway. It's a top 2 breakaway right now. White flag will be displayed this time by. White flag is in the air. Final time through turn number 3 and 4 down off the corner. It will be Justin Pope with the lead, but here comes Francis White rolling back on the top side into turn number 1 and 2. White trying to figure out a way by the 27 of Pope into turn number 1 and 2. They'll drag race down the back straightaway side by side. Francis White blows by the 27 of Justin Pope into turn number 3. Pope trying to get him back though into corner number 3 and 4, but Pope pushes wide up off the turn. Francis White's going to come back and grab the win in heat race number 2. Justin Pope comes across in 2nd, Daniel Vlad 3rd, Caden Paquette, Terry Gardner, and Anthony St. Mary Sr. And that does it for the Sundance Leisure ThunderCars. Francis White gets the victory in heat race number 2. Sundance Leisure ThunderCars are now complete.
Now we got the crate.
Panther Frameworks Crate Sprint Cars ready to roll trackside next for their 1 and only heat race tonight.
Tiger's here. Back in here. Don't give up. No, that's all. Oh, no, Rochester.
So Panther Frameworks Crate Sprint Cars ready to go.
Yeah, no.
Again, next Friday night, it is bike safety night. First 200 kids age 16 or younger will get a free bike helmet. That's you, Bobby Thurston. Kenny Klinkowski, he won't be eligible for a bike helmet, but he's out there in car number 30. George Sanford in the number 25. And the rest of the field will be rolling trackside in just a moment. Again, next week, full program in all 5 classes. Looking forward to that. Bike safety night next week, birthday girl. Yes, right there. 3rd year it is, yes. Victims Assistance Center is going to be here. Child Advocacy Center. It is officially summertime. Josh Fern Jr. in the number 1V. Tucker Donath out of Palermo in the 28. Chris Nethers aboard the number 89. His first full-time season with us here at Can-Am. And there is Andrew Hennessy. Car number 87, the Picton, Ontario native, joining this field. It'll be George Sanford on the pole in the 25 with Kenny Klinkowski in the 30. Row 2, it's Andrew Hennessy's 87 with the 28 of Tucker Donath. Row number 3, final row, Chris Nethers, the 89X and the 1 of Josh Fern Jr., 2-time and defending track champion. White flag is out, green next time by. Correction on that, we're going to give him another lap as the field is way over in turn number 2, and Tommy Martin is way over in turn 3 and 4.
Around for white,
6 laps is the scheduled distance. Going to be a good Memorial Day of racing. Lots going on. Of course, Monaco Grand Prix for Formula One starts the morning off on Sunday. And everybody's going to be paying attention to the Indy 500 and the Coke 600 and see what Kyle Larson can do. Starts 5th in Indy. We'll practice and qualify tomorrow in the Cup car. We'll see how that all unfolds. Talk about weather possibly being a factor, but we'll wait and see come Sunday. Right now, it's all about George Sanford and Ken Klinkowski. They're on the front row for this heat race. Green lights are on and we're underway. And George Sanford jumps out into the race lead. Klinkowski back to second. Watch for Josh Fern Jr. When the track gets like this, Fern is virtually unstoppable. He gets on that outside lane and just flies around here. He picks up 4th from Donath. He's looking for 3rd around Hennessy. He's going to go after Klinkowski for 2nd. And now we're just completing lap number 1. George Sanford, the race leader, but for how much longer, that's really the question. Josh Fern Jr. on the move. That 1V out of 3 says started tail on the field, and he's looking for the lead down the front straightaway as we complete lap number 2. Josh Fern Jr. by a nose. Back to 3rd, Andrew Hennessy 4th, Tucker Donath is 5th. Chris Nethers rounds out the rest of the field as they bring it down to the line this time by 3 down, 3 more to go. Josh Fern Jr. looking to drive away and win this one. Battle is on for 2nd right now. George Sanford to get stronger each and every week in that 25, holding on to spot number 2, but veteran Ken Klinkowski right there to try to challenge him. 2 to go this time by, keeping our eye on the battle for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Good one right now, but Sanford on the top side, Hennessy down low. Ken Klinkowski still very much in the picture. Hennessy, though, he'll grab the number 2 spot down the backstretch, getting around the 25 of Sanford into turn number 3 and 4. As they race side by side one more time off the turn, Josh Fern Jr. enjoys a straightaway advantage. That battle for 2nd, though, really is a good one. George Sanford not going to give it up. 87 of Andrew Hennessy still battling from the bottom, and Hennessy will clear him one more time, but we'll see what happens in 3 and 4. Checkered flag in the air. Josh Fern Jr. wins this one going away. Hennessy throws the slider, and George Sanford, he'll pick up 2nd. Sanford gets 3rd. Klinkowski, Donath, and Nethers will complete the rest of your field. And That does it. Heat races are